I mean,
I've been fighting the fight for over 60 years, non-stop. 60 years I've been at it. You know.
I've had a lot of fun in that time, haven't you? I've had a lot of fun in that time.
Oh, I mean, I've got a card in there.
You know.
Can you focus in on that?
Yeah, of course I can zoom in if you want. What we're looking at here then? I'll Manchester and Salford Unemployed Workers Union. Is that the original one? Yeah. 40 Broad Street, Salford 6. Do not lose this card because you will be asked to produce it at meetings. Members card, eh? So that's your own.
No. Yes. I think it was 1967 was formed the Unemployed Workers Union, and I was the only one. Never mind what anybody else tells you. I was the second person in this country to start an Unemployed Workers Union. And the persons who destroyed it because it was growing in strength and numbers was the Manchester and Salford Trades Council. They destroyed it. They deprived us of an office they gave us. I also got a letter from Jack Jones, from the CUC, condemning me for starting an Unemployed Workers Union.
Oh, what?
He said, because there is no need for an Unemployed Workers Union because the CUC represents the unemployed.
Right, so you
And my argument to Jack and the other bastards down there was, right, tell me a time when, or a year, when an unemployed worker has stood on your rostrum and spoke out for the needs and the struggles of the unemployed. And he couldn't.
Yeah.
Right? So, people who are watching this, get off your arses, form yourselves into a union, an unemployed union. And if you get into a union, a paying union, everyone does the bit, then you'll have more power than the CUC or anyone, because they can't bribe you. They can't threaten you like they threatened the workers of the 1920s and the 30s. If you don't come into work, you're sacked, because you've already got no bloody work.
Yeah.
Right?
So how does an Unemployed Workers Union work then, if you know what I mean? As in...
The unemployed workers, first of all, you've got to get your members. You've got to get what you call these rich so-called bloody socialist, millionaire socialist, to donate money, for offices. So you've got a base. You've got to have a base. Without a base, you'll never do it. So you've got to work towards that. So I've always wished that I could have won the lottery, because it would have all gone to get an office. So think on, viewers, and to you young people out there, stop fighting each other. Your neighbour's not your enemy. The enemy sat in Parliament, who've been ripping the country off, ripping you off, your father, your mother, your children, of hundreds of thousands of pounds. They're not paying taxes, they're sending it abroad. These are your socialists. So my idea is, don't vote because you're voting for that.
I've no...
See ya. Oh, before I forget, there's the aims.
Let's have a look at that, I'll zoom in. Fight redundancies, picket dole office, fight for full work or full maintenance, leaflet and picket factories working overtime, Send speakers to union branches to fight overtime and productivity deals. Cool.
And
Sorted.
sorted. And that's what the TUC didn't like, because there's a whole lot of power in them aims. The unemployed are the downtrodden.
Yeah.
You know, they're the poorest. They're the poorest of the poor. And who's made them poor? Not themselves. Right? Governments have made them poor.
So is it kind of to protect them in effect?
Yeah. So they've got to organise themselves. No matter how little they can give. If there's thousands of you, which there is,
Yeah.
right, if there's a collection, you know, of money, right, you can do a lot. You know what I mean? You can do a lot with 2 pence off each member a week, you know.
Well, yeah, I suppose if you had 25,000 members and they all give 2 pence.
Oh, these days maybe, well, alright, inflation, maybe 10 pence.
It's still 500 quid, isn't it?
But when the union's together and you have meetings and what have you, what do you focus on?
They elect their own leaders. They elect their own leaders. Right.
So you set that up yourself? You set that up yourself?
Yeah.
Literally, on your own?
There's a boat call, I'll never forget him. I'll never forget his name, Lord bless his soul. Mike McGowan, who was an ardent Labour supporter all his life. Right. And he helped to hand the leaflets out.
Right.
Right, on the door. Right. Salford door and 8 Elm Street. Right. And he said to me, Ken, I hear what you're saying loud and clear. He said, but you're on a loser. I said, how do you make that out, Mike? You know, and don't forget he'd been a supporter of the Labour Party all his life. Now, it's not only Mike McGowan who told me what I'm going to tell the viewers, but a lot of old timers come up and they've seen me, and they still do when they see me. Ken, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Because the working class will not get off their arse. And your worst enemy is not those in Parliament, it's those who you're trying to help, trying to organise. Because they just won't get out on demonstrations, they'll moan about the lot.
Coronation Street.
I mean?
We know that. You know.
Yeah.
Coronation Street and Star
They'll
Trek.
promise you to go on a demonstration, but when you look round, there's nobody there. And then when you see them, where was you? Oh, well, there's snooker on.
Yeah.
United was playing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Some people try to claim, a little blonde bloke, he runs it like he said, he gets the funding for it. Well, he tried to say he was the second person to start an Unemployed Workers Union.
All right.
And he wasn't. It was me.
Right, so, all right, it was the
And he
first.
said, Wall Hamilton, from 1921 to 1936. And Wall Hamilton got jailed 6 times, organising the unemployed. And when I read that many years ago, I thought, right, start an unemployed movement, which was very successful, actually.
I remember those, yeah, well,
Yeah.
hearing about it.
Yeah, I had 25,000 members paying 2 pence a week. Now, that's still wide open today for somebody with a lot of a will behind them can start it off again. You know what I mean?
How many members, Ken?
5,000.
Phenomenal, isn't it?
It is.
And guess who gave me the office? Is this recording?
Yeah.
The Tree Youth of Manchester and Salford Trades Council gave me an office in the Corn Exchange for a meeting place.
Is it alright if I feed it over your legs?
Yeah,
Shouldn't be.
feed it up my trousers and out my tea if you want. They was paying for the office at the Corn Exchange.
Yeah. And they themselves were trying to get on this
Yeah,
unemployed thing,
they wanted
right?
to get some of their members on the committee, the policy making committee,
Right.
and I wouldn't allow it. I said no. I said you're not only unemployed. I said only the unemployed can be elected to the committee. You know, I said you can come here as observers, no objection. What we tried to do then, I wanted to set up clubs in all the cities. Now I got in touch with, Kencast. Remember Kencast?
Oh, they
used
did
to build,
sheds, didn't they?
They used to build these prefabricated buildings
Yeah, I remember.
situated up at
And that means
Oh,
East Hampton Road. Well, we got a contract, we got an agreement with Palmolive that used to be on Oldfield Road, soap factory. They had a lot of land there.
yeah.
They was going to lease us some land to build the first club, Unemployed Workers Club. Are you with me? So all that fell through to the Salford and Trades Council. Because he was fighting to death of the power.
Yeah.
Because I've got leaflets, you'll have to come to the house and I'll show you these documents. I put a leaflet out as what's the name, stating the case for the formation of an unemployed workers union. And it was all for it. So we're setting up good clubs, and it was all for that. Well, I forget what the figures was now, but 2 pence wasn't a lot. But what we estimate is the more joined it, like they did in the 20s, you'd have sufficient money there to pay for it.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be for drinking, meeting hall, you know, creche for mothers with children and stuff like that. And it was all going to be the same in Liverpool, you know, Stockport, wherever we could get land to build them. You know, the people who fucking destroyed it was the fucking Labour Party and their fucking unions.
Yeah.
Fucks it up. Who span right in the works, you know.
It shows you must have been doing something worthwhile if they wanted to stop it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nothing changes though, does it? That's the thing.